sun shining on my face, birds singing out my name. Got rhythm in this soul, I'm kick drum on the beat. This world's so colorful like a purple tangerine. Can't bring me down, can't bring me down, no, not today. Can't bring me down, everything's going my way. Yeah, it feels too good, like a picture perfect day. So bright, so righteous, hug your mama, wanna say, praise the Lord, hallelujah, feel that electricity. So no matter what happens, I'm gonna be happy. Up here on top of the world, you see everything. Daytime, a color swirl, not like a diamond ring. I got feelings in these bones, they know a trick or two. So put down your little phone, I'm calling out to you. Can't bring me down, can't bring me down, no, not today. Can't bring me down, everything's going my way. Yeah, it feels too good, like a picture perfect day. So bright, so righteous, hug your mama, wanna say, praise the Lord, hallelujah, feel that electricity. So no matter what happens, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, when the day is done, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, when the day is done, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, when the day is done, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, I'm happy. Feels too good, like a picture perfect day. So bright, so righteous, hug your mama, wanna say, praise the Lord, hallelujah, feel that electricity. So no matter what happens, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, when the day is done, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, when the day is done, I'm gonna be happy. Long as I got breath in my lungs, when the day is done, I'm gonna be happy. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be happy.
All this time she's been waiting for the one. All her love she kept locked out from the sun. Late the other night she kept dancing to the drum, like her heart was on the run. She surrendered, put her both hands up, and for the moment she was lost in love, saying, "Raise your lover, don't let me go." response, are you still up? Still thinking of us? Can we make up? It's so hard to forget all the bad things that went on between us. Those times were better. We know we were better. I know that we have us, but all I want is you. Hanging on your front porch, arguing about who'll look who more. Let's take it back to you and I. I'm your scarlet letter.
just drowning in the deep end of the pool. Win or lose, yeah, you've just been getting through, but there's something deep inside you've gotta do. Everyone's watching, stepping out in the room. Everyone's watching, seeing what you might do. It's just a shot in the dark. You know, you know, you know. You can't stay where you are. Shoot from the heart. You know, you know, you know. Already this far, and you've been scared of letting go, afraid to even start. Reach for the stars with all that you are. Oh, oh. It's just a shout in the dark. It's just a shout in the dark. Right on cue. Yeah, the fear holds on to you, and it feels like you're a ghost here in the room. But then you move, just like something's breaking through. We do crazy things with nothing left to lose. Everything stops and no one knows what to do. Everything happens least when you expect it to. It's just a shout in the dark. You know, you know, you know. You can't stay where you are. Shoot from the heart. You know, you know, you know. Already this far, and you've been scared of letting go, afraid to even start. Reach for the stars with all that you are. Oh, oh. It's just a shout in the dark. It's just a shout in the dark.
What's up, guys? Don't you gotta love the sound effects, guys. Can we give it up for Mike and Scott in the room back there? All right, all right. Hey, guys. Welcome back. I know they're calling this training 2, but it's kind of the third one, right? But the first one was kind of a welcome on board. Hey, what's up, everybody? I've just obsessed. I've obsessed over the last couple weeks, especially the last week, really digging into what's going on with you guys. So thank you for all the great comments. Thank you for playing full out. Thank you for being in the Facebook group. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for those of you taking the uncomfortable action and going through the course. And before we get to what I want to get a little more tactical today on your dot, like dialing in your dot. Now, I know some of you have it completely figured out. You're already on to next things. I promise you, this will still be the support you need and you'll learn things. But I also want to make sure today is about those of you who are a little confused, not sure where to go, feeling a little overwhelmed. You see, before we get into training, I took some notes yesterday on what I was going to train today, and I threw them all out. And about an hour ago, I filled my journal up with everything I wanted to share based on so many comments in support, comments in the Facebook group. And here's what I know. It's been a couple of weeks now, right, since you got enrolled. And some of you were brand new to this industry. Who was brand new to this industry? Let me see a raise of hands, right? Right? Some of you have thought about it, dabbled, or tried. Who thought about it, tried, or dabbled, just not getting the success that you want, right? And who is already in this industry, you just want the unfair advantage, right? So it's about 40, 40, 10, right? I promise you, this is for all of you, right? But here's what I know when you're a couple weeks in. This is when, and I really want you to hear this before we get, because most of you think, give me the tactical, I want to dial in my dot, Dean. I want to know exactly what to teach, go. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But if you remember during the 5-day challenge, I said there's 2 ways to look at things. There's the tactical, what's right in front of you, but we must go upstream and address the emotions and the beliefs that you have or else it doesn't matter what I teach, you'll give up. We'll disguise it as overwhelm. We'll disguise it as fear. We'll disguise it as I'm too old and I'm too young, or it's not the right time, or there's too many people in this industry, or I can't figure it out, or I don't know what my dot is, or maybe I have too many dots, I have too many niches, or if I narrow my niche down so much, nobody will come. All of those things, or my niche won't work online, right? Tia, I see you smiling, right? Like, we can come up with all these stories, and here's what I want to tell you. I've been in this for almost 3 decades. You know what happens about 2 weeks after a great event? Right? Who was in just the most amazing state for those 5 days? And then you get the course and you jump in. You're like, I'm doing this. I don't care what anybody says. I've missed opportunities in the past. I've procrastinated. I let my husband talk me out of it. My friends talk me. I don't care. I'm doing it. And that's week 1. And then week 2, it's like, I am pretty damn sure that I am doing this. And then you know what can happen on week 3? I think I can do this. You guys feeling that? Right? And we have to shift that, because the thing that will derail you more than anything, right? Our subconscious will say, well, I'm gonna bail out of this because I can't figure out my dot. Bullshit. Sorry. I'm just saying. You're scared. You're afraid. You failed before. You don't want to look silly in front of your friends who you told you were going to do this, so it's easier to exit. How does that feel about the other things that you've exited and gave up on in the past and you missed your window of opportunity? How does that feel? And how will it feel in 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when you look back and go, damn it, I had the best course ever created. I had Dean who committed his time every week to be there. I had a course that I could go at my own pace. I could have went to the live event. I could have. But I got scared again and I said, it's not for me. I promise you, if you're thinking this isn't for you, it's your subconscious. It's an old belief that's slowly creeping back into your life. And that belief has already cost you way too much. It's just a fact. And those of you who raised your hand that you're already in this space, you're doing it, you know that it doesn't matter what level you're at. When you go to your next level, your subconscious says, oh, that's for other people. That's for Tony. That's for Dean. That's for Russell Brunson. That's for Jenna Kutcher. That can't be for me. Let me go back to playing small, right? And the reason I'm taking the time to share this, and we're going to get to some training today, but it doesn't matter what I train you guys. It doesn't matter what I teach you. It doesn't matter that we go through the dot today. I'm going to do some shout outs. I mean, some hot seats today. Anybody ready for some hot seats? I'm going to pick on you today and we'll go through it, right? None of that matters is if you get off this training, or whether you're here live or you're watching the replay, if you get off and you let that old belief saying, I'm too old. This industry's too busy. There's too many other people in it. I'm not old enough to do this. I'm too old to do this. There's people with more experience than me. Who would listen to me? I'm an introvert. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't even know how to figure out a course. I don't know if I could go live. If that starts creeping in, I promise you, then you put one foot out the door and you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop so you can bail. Anybody, is this landing? Is anybody hearing what I'm saying right now? Right? If you start feeling that way, then all of a sudden you go, you know, I can't make those Wednesday trainings at 11 o'clock. It's kind of a weird time. It's the middle of my day. Why the hell would Dean choose 11 on a Wednesday? I'm out. I went to sign up for mastermind.com. I didn't get my email right away. I thought I'd get an email. I'm out. Your husband or your wife or your friend says, how are you making out with your course? You're like, oh shit, I don't think I can get my course done. I'm out. I'm telling you, if you let those old beliefs in that have already cost you too much come back, you'll bail on this. And it's okay if you do. But here's the thing. I won't be affected if you quit. My life is going to remain the same. But yours won't be. Just being honest. We don't talk about in customer service like, oh my God, we have to stop people if they want their money back. I'm just going to be transparent. You know what we say? Damn, we can't let people give up on themselves. Right? That's really the way we look at it is if you give up on you, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing Tony and I can do. There's nothing with our live training. There's nothing we can do if you bail because but I promise you this. If not this now, then what when? If not this course now, then what course? If not this industry, what industry? Right? Because I know what's going to happen. If you went through the training and you got enrolled in Project Next, you're ready for something more. Can we agree 100%? Say yes. Who wants something more? Who is called to serve on a higher level? Okay, so let me just ask you. If there is something else, great. But if not this, what? And what is going to be easier? There's no magic buttons. There's no magical money machines. There's nothing where you just buy it and go, okay, let the money roll in. It just doesn't happen. Now, you might have those promises, but has it ever worked? Let me just ask, because I really want to know this, because maybe I should shift my marketing to 6 figures in 6 minutes without doing anything, because I see a lot of that online. I want to know, who's ever bought the 6 minutes to 6 figures? Has anybody ever bought anything like that ever in their life, and all of a sudden there was 6 figures in your bank account for doing nothing? If you do, let me know. Okay, so if no one's ever had the magical money machine, what is the next best choice? Isn't it learning from people who've got 60 years in this, who didn't used to do it, but freaking still crush it? There's nobody beating Tony and I. Nobody. And we know what it feels like when we started, so we didn't lose touch with who we used to be. I hope you feel that in my heart. I hope you see that every Monday when I go live, and I hope you see it when you're here. I don't lose touch with that broke kid who was wondering if he could make his first sale, to retire his mom because she worked way too hard to have nothing. I don't lose sight of who that is. But if I gave up, if I had one foot out the door and said, yeah, but I didn't come from money, and my parents aren't that educated, and nobody in my family ever made money. I'm from a small town. My parents got divorced 9 times between them. I have dyslexia. I didn't go to college. Man, I could give you a number of things. Mrs. Thompson, my 7th grade teacher, I always talk about her. She told me every day how dumb I was and never going to make it. There's a million things I could tell you. But guess what? They were all wrong. And the only reason I'm here is because I stuck with it. That's it. There's nothing magical. I'm telling you, there's not one time in my life that I hit a button and was like, damn, that was easy. I'm taking the next year off. It was work. It was surely work. But it was worth every bit of it. It was worth every single bit of it. And I don't know, I hope that you guys love this industry. And if not, find something you love. Seriously, I want to share that with you. But make sure it's something that fills your heart. Because I've asked this question a lot. If you could have massive success, lots of money, or lots of impact on other people, which one would you choose? Right now in the chat, what would you choose? I've asked tens of thousands of people. Everybody says impact before I give them the answer of both, right? I just don't know any other industries that allow you the opportunity to have both. Tony and I get to impact people's lives for a living every day, but it's not just Tony and I anymore. Right? Go to mastermind.com and search all the courses that are up there that are selling in the most crazy niches. Right? As a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do. When we're done training today, go to mastermind.com. Just go to mastermind.com and then search the directory. And just look at regular people that put their stuff up. You'll see so many amazing ones. You'll see some like, oh, that needs help. They're all in progress. Guess what, though? They took the uncomfortable action to go out there. Thousands of courses have sold there. Now, Mastermind.com is not a place to just set it and forget it. It's not about, oh, I put my course up, now let me just wait. No, it's part of the process to get up and out there, and then we teach you the marketing to drive people there. You guys get that part? Right? It's not a set it and forget it. If you're old enough to remember Ron Popeil, the rotisserie grill. Anybody remember the rotisserie grill? It's showing my age. Faye, you look way too young to remember the rotisserie chicken, but he used to take it with his big old gloves on and stick it in the thing, and then he'd turn to the audience and say, I said it, and the whole audience says, and forget it, right? Pretty cool. That's not what Mastermind.com is. Mastermind.com is the place you get your course up really fast, really simple, and make it in a way where every single one of you can do it. And then you use the marketing to drive people to that link. Do sales come in by themselves? Yes. Can I promise it for everyone? Absolutely no. Are we spending money every single month to drive people there? Yes, but it's on you. But it's the platform to get it out there. Now, here's what I'm saying, is I would put it on your list. I would go to mastermind.com sometime today or tomorrow, and I would just search some of the crazy niches that are on there. And you will be surprised that they are selling. You'll be like, oh my God, like she's helping people's, like I shared this before, like dogs' hips, like at home helping your German Shepherd with his bad hip. Yes, that course is selling. Like the craziest things you could ever imagine are selling. It'll make you go, I'm not that nuts. And here's what I would suggest. A couple of things I'm going to suggest. If you guys are going to Tony's UPW this week, congratulations. I know some people are going. If it's about mindset, all in. Here's what I'm going to suggest to you. Don't get another course. I don't even want to say that. I don't want to say, I would say don't buy any more education for this industry specifically, this swimming lane, while we go through this next 11 weeks and then go into the World Summit. The only thing that can do is cause confusion, right? If you have too many choices, do you have any choices? No, you're like, oh, should I go this way, this way? This one's a little different. If you have faith in Tony and I, stick with this course. Do not buy another course about the self-education industry. Do not do coaching about this. Like, wait, just let us go through this journey together, because some of you are addicted to the training, not the doing. Can I get an amen on that? Some of you are addicted to the training, not the doing. And Tony and I are going to, and myself, like, I'm here to get you to do. Right? And this course is what you need to get there, plus we're walking you through. But here's what I would suggest. You want to support an industry that you're in? This week, go to mastermind.com and search and find something outside of this. You want to learn a language, you want to help your dog, you want to be better with flowers, you want to be better with hair, like something completely different. You want to get better at art. You want to take up a hobby, play the piano, get better at golf. All of it is at mastermind.com. I'd suggest this week, buy a course, buy a $47 course, a $97 course. Go there and be like, holy crap, they filmed this in their living room. They filmed it on their phone. Or, I want everybody to hear this. You have the opportunity in mastermind.com to just set a live training in a date in 3 weeks from now or 6 weeks from now. Do you guys know that? Right? As you get into this, and we're going to be walking through all this. So don't think about step 7. We're only on step 2. And those of you that finish the course, congratulations. One step at a time at your own pace. But I would look, because some of the links you click on, it's going to be like, hey, I'm going live in 3 weeks to teach you how to eat vegan. They didn't build the course. They're just selling appointments. And in 3 weeks, you'll be on live with them for $47, $97, $297, whatever it is you pay. And they'll be training live, right? Some of you literally could be live in 4 weeks from today if you wanted to be, right? So I just think it'd be really cool for you guys to support other people in the community. Go buy something. Low dollar figure if you want, something that's a hobby, a passion. But again, I would suggest that you don't buy anything else in this world. And a couple more things before we get to some training is, do not judge this course and your ability to partake in this industry until you are done with the entire thing, whether that's 3 weeks or 3 months. Because some of you I see on module 2 and you're like, oh, I don't know, but module 3 might clear it up. Some people on module 3 say, I love all this, but I don't know if I could sell. It's because you didn't get to module 4 yet. And some of you are like, well, I don't know how to really get into mastermind.com and do a live because you didn't get to module 6 yet. Like, don't be asking about step 7 when you're on step 1. Like, don't judge, because listen, I'm telling you, for those of you that are new, your subconscious is looking for the exit button. And you have to change that focus, right? Because you know you've already hit the exit button in the past. And how did that serve you? Katie, I see you shaking your head. We've all done it, right? Dion, I see you say, Dion, we've all done it. So what I'd say is a couple of things. Go look at the other awesome people doing it, right? Buy something that's just totally outlandish, like something you've been thinking about doing for a long time. Support other amazing people in Mastermind, because guess what? They'll support you someday when your course is up and when you're doing your thing, right? And just something on the side for fun. Secondly, remember, and we're going to go a little deeper on this today and ask some questions here, is your niche, your dot, someone needs it, right? I'm just telling you, someone needs it right now. Some of the questions come in, I think you want me to narrow it too far, or I have too many things to focus on. We're gonna get to those, and I'm gonna share, because when you start asking yourself questions, sorry, I'm just telling you this, when you're on module 2, you didn't get to module 4 yet, or in module 6, if you're asking questions like, I don't know what niche to choose, I have too many. Who in here has got too many niches, you don't know what to choose, right? We got a bunch of hands going up. Who feels like if you narrow it down, your niche too much, there's nobody left and nobody will be there to buy? Who feels that, right? I see Josie and Jeanette. Thank you for sharing. Amy. How about my niche won't work online? Who's got that one? Okay. I see Kimberly and Leo. I see a bunch of hands going up. Can I just be completely honest with you? You're in your head. And do you remember what Tony said? Who knows Tony's saying about when you're in your head? First person that gets it, I'm going to send you a big old swag box right now. A big box of swag. All right. It is Kate and Brittany. I think it's Kate and Brittany are the first two. My team, look for Kate and Brittany in the room I'm in, and we're going to send you a big old swag box. If you're in your head, you're dead. Simple as that. If you're in your head, you're dead. Yes, those questions we can help clear up, and we're going to go through some of that in a tactical way today. But it doesn't matter. If I solve the problem for you and you're still in your head, once that problem's solved, you'll find the next thing. It's like, well, all right, I figured out I know what dot I'm going to choose, but I don't know how to do a course. Okay, Module 6 shows you how to do it. Okay, and the special bonus you got from Jen is kick ass on how to do it if you don't want to be on camera. She's like the lazy launcher. She films all of it without being on camera. Like, she'll do it with her hair like this, she said, and no makeup on because she doesn't go on camera. She does a cool way. You have a bonus from her, right? But if you figure out, like, I don't know which one to choose, right? Think of your subconscious. Well, which one are you going to choose? Claudia, I saw you raise your hand, right? What are you going to choose? And then all of a sudden you choose it and you go, well, I don't know how to deliver it. Oh, wait, I just learned how to deliver it. Well, who the hell's going to buy it from me? If you're going to go through each course with those questions and that attitude, I promise you it's never going to work. Helen, I see you smiling, right? It's just not going to work. You have to say, okay, I got my dot. I know what I'm going to teach. Okay, now I'm going to learn how to deliver it. Little scary, little overwhelming. Okay, I think I'm going to go live. That's going to be scary as heck, but I'm going to set a date for 5 weeks from now when I'm going to go live. Okay, I don't know how to market. Okay, I'm going to go through the marketing section again. I'm going to start finding my ideal client. Let me identify them and let me find them, right? If you have that, there's no way you can't make progress and make this work. But if you're going through the lens of, well, yeah, that's great, but he's probably outgoing, right? He's not an introvert like me. She's probably got a supportive husband. My husband doesn't believe in anything I do. I'm just telling you that creeps in, and it's the beginning of the end. But here's the part I want you to remember. If this doesn't work or you don't stay in it, it's destined not to work, right? If you have one foot out the door. But is it true? Can I just ask you guys, real truth? If you stopped with this, would you guys be looking for something else in less than 6 months? Be honest in the group. If you bailed on this, are you satisfied with where you are? Don't do anything different in your life. You're good. If you were good, you wouldn't be here. So look at all this. In 6 months, if you bail now, I promise you'll be online, and maybe somebody with the magic money machine will get you to click a link on them. And how's that working, right? Here's the thing. You're going to have to do the work. Jennifer, I see you watching with your son there. I think that's cool. Good to have you guys here, right? What's up, man? It's a good lesson for all of us. You got to do the work. Here's the cool part. We're kind of doing the work together, and you got a pretty awesome course in an amazing industry in an amazing time in the world. So anyway, I needed to take a little time and share that today because I think I would be doing you a massive disservice if I didn't go through that. And I want to also talk about a couple of things here. I wrote these down. Some people I know. We got a lot of comments in customer service is like, my niche is so unique, I don't think anybody would want it. I don't think this is going to work for me. I'm like, oh, you're in your head. Let's just think about this. My buddy Frank Kern. I don't know if you know Frank Kern. Really good dude, smart marketing guy. Frank Kern started. You know what his first course online was? Frank is one of the top players in our world now. Frank Kern's first course was Training Parrots to Talk. He Googled it one day, and there was like 500,000 people searching on how to teach my parrot to talk. He hired someone online to write an ebook, because this is 20 years ago, write an ebook on the 7 steps to get your parrot to talk. He created that ebook and sold it, targeting people that had a parrot that wanted to teach it to talk. It was the launch of his career. Would you ever think there'd be people that wanted to, like, you think it's this small. It's the start of Frank Kern, right? Do you remember what Russell Brunson's first sale was? Anybody remember? Potato gun. That's right, Dana. Potato gun. He sold people how to put a potato in a cardboard tube and launch it across the cornfield. Who the hell would want that? Enough people to get him off the ground and be in this industry. Rhonda, you want it. I kind of want to. I want my son to have a potato gun. Like, that would be really cool, right? Think about that. I started teaching people how to flip cars in the classified ads. Who the hell would want to do that? Tony started off teaching Jim Rohn strategies because he didn't have his own yet, right? So the list goes on and on. You know, Jenna Kutcher, she started teaching women how to be in the wedding business. And she had only been in it for a few years. So my whole point is, I don't care what your niche is. We just got to go through it. Again, we're going to dial it in a little bit today. If you already know your niche, great. What you're going to learn today is you keep that mindset strong, right? If you have to go back to module 1, go back to it. If you guys haven't got to the training, that kind of the mini workshop in the middle of the course with Tony, when you get to that, it's a game changer. Who's seen that like hour-and-a-half training in the middle of the course with Tony? Who's there yet, right? A lot of you aren't there yet. That's why I'm saying, Rhonda, I see you shaking, or Muriel, right? Is that training amazing? If you saw Tony's training in the middle of the course, is it amazing or what? Give it a 1 to 10, right? So if you're bailing Magdalena, right? Was that credible or what? But if you're on module 2 going, I don't think this is going to work for me, you'll never get to module 4 and see Tony get your mindset back in the game, and there is nobody better in the world than him to do that, right? So that's why I say finish the course before you judge this. Okay, today I want to do some hot seats right now. And I think if I do some, call them hot seats, but they're kind of interventions, I think usually when I do those, if I solve a problem for one, I solve it for many. So don't feel like, oh, damn, I wish I got picked. I promise you, whoever I pick, those answers will work for you, right? But I asked Talay, who helps manage or does manage our Facebook group, and there we should give a shout out for Talay for doing an incredible job there. I said, pick somebody in Mastermind, or pick someone in the group that had some belief, right? Someone who's selling courses on Mastermind, but had a belief in the beginning that it wasn't working. And she shot me back a name in 3 seconds, and then 5 minutes later, she sent me like 25 names. I can't do all of them, so I'm just picking the first one Talay sent. And this is Alan Ramiro. Alan, I'm going to pull you up here in a minute, if the team could pull you up. And thank you for agreeing to come on here today. But I think, Alan, what's going on, man?
Can you see me?
I can, and I can hear you. Good to see you, man.
Perfect.
Can we all give it up for Alan for jumping on here today?
Thank you. My name is Alan Ramiro.
So I'm gonna share the end result first. Alan, right now, has not made $5 million. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you guys, he's not made $5 million yet. But Alan, when he shifted the name of his course and made a little tweaks, has already sold 18 courses. Can we give it up for Alan for selling 18 courses? Okay. Here's the cool part, though, before I bring you on here, man, and thanks again for jumping on. And I watched your video from the Own Your Future Challenge. Thank you for the heartfelt feedback, man.
Thank you.
So
Thank you kindly.
You gave some great love to the people in that group. But is it true that you had a belief about other artists already teaching 20 or 30 years more than you, with more experience, better than you, and maybe that if you went in there, you'd look like, oh, the inexperienced guy, there's already people smarter? Was that a feeling you had?
That's right. Yeah.
And share that a little bit, because there's a lot of people watching right now that are feeling that same thing. I haven't done this forever, or I didn't go to school for it, or I don't have a deep degree. Are some of those same feelings what you went through?
Yeah, absolutely. I was had this just really deep inner calling to share the gift. And I just kept on seeing other artists that have more experience popping up and launching their courses. And I just finally had to take action. The feeling of regret sunk in the future, and I just didn't want that to pursue.
Amazing.
To grow in me, yeah. Yeah,
and I said, you have what's your new belief? I have a cheat sheet that Talay gave me, but your old belief was, hey man, there's people that are doing this way longer than me. There's lots of other courses out there. Why would they choose me? I think that's all natural to feel that way. But when you shifted your belief, what do you believe now?
Well, I believe now that each of us is created with a gift, and that gift to share uniquely. We each have a gift. And even to the point that my tone of voice is different than the next artist. So even my character and even the style of my artwork is different than the next teacher. So that really settled in. And I said, I have so much to share and so much of a gift and to share with the world. Yeah.
Man, so simple and so profound, isn't it? I mean, think about it. Simple and profound all at the same time. And isn't that usually what hits your heart, man? I tell you, again, Talay sent me a couple videos of yours, and she sent so many people this morning. I'm glad she sent you first because I just got overwhelmed. I'm like, I'll get to those in future weeks. But I watched your one video that you posted, and you shared a lot of these things from your heart, and you encouraged other people not to live with regret. How did regret come into for you to move forward?
When I was an architecture student, on my first architecture internship, I was like brimming with excitement with my brand new sketchbook to go master the ability to sketch in Spain, study abroad there. I showed the job captain, a little older gentleman, and I shared with him the sketchbook, and he carries it, and he kind of sinks in his chair and just said, I remember when I used to sketch. And that feeling of regret, when I saw it, it really unlocked that action plan in me. And not only that, but the fact that my father passed away when I was 17, and just so all that culmination, the fact that my dad couldn't continue living to leave a larger legacy, it just really impacted the level of message that I needed to take action on. Yeah.
Wow, dude, thank you for that. You gave me, and I saw the lines. Everybody's loving your share, man, and I felt that.
Did you just say I saw the lines?
No, I said I saw. I'm seeing all the lines of people commenting on how much they love.
Yes.
Is that the name of your course?
Yeah, See the Lines is the name of my course.
Oh, fantastic. So, hey, we're going to have a bunch of people checking it out today, so you might get a few extra sales today, right? But here's what I want to ask you. If you heard me earlier and you heard me in the challenge, there's two ways to look at things, right? I believe, and this is great just talking to someone who was on both sides, like this can't work for me, but holy crap, I'm not going to be somebody who used to sketch. Think about that, right? And absolutely. And when this works out, how amazing is it that you training others actually gives you the capabilities to sketch your entire life? Like, have you put that correlation together? You get to help people, impact their lives, and you get to do the thing you love for the rest of your life. Is everybody getting this? Like, really, is everybody getting that? You get to help people while simultaneously doing something that fills your heart, right? And before I talked about two things. Our subconscious, I believe this with all of me, I've never heard this before, but I love sharing it, wants to go to the tactical reason why it won't work. Well, I don't know how to get up on mastermind.com yet. I don't know how to do a thumbnail. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to deliver a course. When really, isn't it upstream of just the belief that you can? Did you experience that? Did you find yourself leaning towards the tactical, and then when you got that belief, when that guy said...
Absolutely. When I graduated from architecture school, it was just like all technobabble, which Russell calls it. And I had to go on this journey and then really discover the essence of what I do so that I can speak from the heart and not from the technical aspect of it.
Yeah. So today, if you could learn anything from Alan, is get back in your heart and get out of your head. Right?
Absolutely.
Get back into the reason you're doing it, because when you're in your heart, anything is possible.
Absolutely.
When you're in your head, you're dead.
Praise God. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan, I want to say thank you. Not only thank you for coming on here today, but thank you for sticking with it. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting your intuition, because there's a million reasons to go. Let me just share with everybody. There's a lot more reasons to quit than to stay with it. That's a true story. But which one are you, right? Are you going to look for the reason to give up? Or are you going to look for that one true piece to stay in and carry this across the finish line? That's that's all of us. I mean, that's what we get to do. And I love having somebody like Alan up here to share a real life experience. Any last words for this amazing group? A lot of them are where you were, Alan, before you got the sale, right? Like a lot of them are where you used to be.
Final words are to say that God created you for a very, very special reason, and to share that gift with the world. Absolutely. Yeah.
Alan, beautiful. Let's all give it up for Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
So I think we're going to do more of bringing on some great, you guys as well, bringing you on. So here's what I asked before. Who in here raised your hand when I said you have too many niches to choose from, you don't know which to choose? Raise your hand if that was you. If you had too many niches to choose from and you didn't know which, the wall's shifting a little bit. I want to pick somebody here. You've been playing full out. Rhonda, let's pick Rhonda Navarro. We're going to pick as many as we can today, and I'll try to do them as quick as I can. Can we give it up for Rhonda? What's up, Rhonda?
Wow. This is amazing.
How's it going, Rhonda?
It's going good. Tough, but good.
Well, good. Guys, could you turn her up just a little bit for me? All right, so Rhonda, you raised your hand when he said too many niches, right? I don't know which one to choose. So have you gone through the process have you gone through module 2?
Yes.
Okay. So where are you? Which niches are you thinking? I'd love to hear.
I'm on module 3.
Okay.
And I carried my niche with me. In fact, I went public with my niche during the challenge.
Okay.
And I've continued with that thought. It's a very personal thought. But then as a real estate broker, business owner, somebody who stepped into accomplishing a dream that I had for a very long time, doing that, I'm just kind of all over the place. What I chose and what I've been working on and what I built my framework on. I did the homework yesterday in module 3, and I posted the video, and then I deleted it last night because I wasn't sure about it. I thought maybe it's too personal. So the dot that I've been focusing on is childhood and early adult traumas and getting off of the hamster wheel. I was on a hamster wheel of guilt, shame, and blame. And blaming all the shame that I feel in my life for not accomplishing the things that I want to. And removing that and learning how to move forward from that, not allowing your social or your economic status to stop you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish in life. And so sharing that I was the daughter of a single alcoholic mother, sex trafficked at the age of 15, spent my teenage years in juvenile hall, foster homes, a group home, coming out of that only to suffer from domestic violence, and all of that, and shame from all of that, and stripping it down to realize that we experience things in life for the benefit of others. And I've always believed that. And I would cry to my husband of 28 years. I would say, all of that could not have been for nothing. It has to be for something. And that something be to serve other people who have experienced any one of those traumas.
Rhonda,
and I feel like it's too personal. That's
Rhonda,
just
first
too
off,
personal.
before you go any further, I hope you can see the comments of what people are sharing. The love that you're getting right now from this entire group. Your story is not only compelling, it's so authentic, and I can tell there's still a lot of pain around it, and it's still hard to share. But listen, please look at the chat right now of the love that's coming in, okay? Because it takes someone like you to be brave enough to share your story so someone else can be affected. Just from the little bit that Rhonda shared, guys, who would like to learn more about what Rhonda's sharing? Seriously, for a raise of hands or in the chat. Who in here has also had any personal trauma in your life that you'd love a better way to get rid of it? Look at the chat, Rhonda. I know it's scary, hon. Like, literally, I know it's scary. But isn't it that fear that you break through that really allows you to become the true self? That if we take Tony's saying of life happens for us, not to us, I don't know why you went through that. I have no idea, and I'm sorry that you did, but I feel, we must feel that there's a greater plan for you. It's not for nothing. Listen, I went through some crazy stuff. I was molested at 14 and 12. Just being honest, it was a hard thing for me to share. And once I did, thank God I did, because my sister finally came out and shared, same person did it to her, right? And at first it was like, holy crap. And then once I let it out, it's gone. It's been gone ever since that. And it fuels me to want to serve more in certain areas of my life, right? You didn't go through all that for no reason. And I know it's hard to put it out there, and I know it'd be easy to train, and maybe that's a phase two. You train people of what you did as a real estate broker to crush it. But I could tell this one is what's driving you. This is your calling to serve. Is that true?
It is. It was that all of those issues stopped me from my number one dream in life, and that was to be an actress. In high school, in this group home that I attended, a private school, I was best actress all the time, but I never thought that I could do that, because in real life, if somebody became famous, their past would haunt them and then crush their career. And so I always had, but about 3 years ago, I started doing some performing live on a stage with a director. And I'll never forget, as soon as I signed my actor contract, I felt like I needed to tell this story, and it was the first time that I ever said it to anybody out loud. And I let the director know, hey, if I become famous through doing this, you should know this. This might come back to haunt us in our troupe. And that was the turning point for me, to realize that I was doing so much improvising, using all of these traumas to kind of get through them and to help other people that were in my troupe. I realized that it finally wasn't for nothing, and it didn't matter who knew anymore. It didn't matter. People need to know so that I can help them.
Can we please give it up for Rhonda? Seriously.
You?
Listen, I won't dare pretend that I know the experience that you went through. We all have our own journey, and I don't know yours, but I can feel it. And I'm truly sending you love and prayers and thoughts at this very moment. And so is this whole group. And you found your niche. You really have found it. And I'm sorry you deleted that video, but that's okay. This is new. Listen, all of you, everybody, hear this story. Everybody's saying it's beautiful. You are beautiful. This is a beautiful story. It's okay if you deleted it. It's okay, because there's another version of you better in there that you'll do it. None of us are going to get this out of the gate perfect. Please, all of you, understand that. Like I said, there's no magical money machine out there. There's no thing where you snap your fingers and you don't have to go through uncomfortable moments or do things you never thought you would do, or take courageous action. Your next level of life lives on the other side of the thing you fear. Do you remember when Dave Hollis was here? Who did you see Dave Hollis on day 6? Do you remember he said how scared he was, but he had to take his ship out of the harbor, and it was scary to go into stormy seas. But on the other side, he's a better version of himself. He discovered new things during that journey. And again, I don't know why your story went that way, or everybody else in here. I don't know why, but I think someone else does. And when we realize it's not for nothing, that's when we could say, I could speak into this in such an authentic way. We all felt your authenticity. Let her know in the chat. Not only did we feel your authenticity, just by the, you'll get to the story teach tool model, right? Just because of your story. And now that you're successful, you're on the other side, you took acting classes, financially you're crushing it with in real estate. We already know that your story, you went through hell. Do we all know that? And do we also know that she came out on the other side and is thriving? Can you see that smile on her face? And you can tell this woman that she is? Who wants to know what she did to get through that? Right? That's the teach side. You already have the story. Look at Jeanette and Kim and Jasmine and Jane, everybody raising their hand. You were on this side of the valley. You went through the hell. You're on the other side of the valley. Now, what are the pieces in there that you could share to help someone go faster who's going through your process, going through the pain that you went through, right? Because we know with trauma, if you hold it in the wrong way, it's going to be the anchor of your whole life. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Right? So what I would say, Rhonda, is you are so close. Don't think you're going to nail this and be perfect. Like, what we must do is just get in the game. Listen, can I ask you something? If right now you went back and you went into mastermind.com in 2 weeks from now, and you said, in 30 days, on July 6th, I'm going to do a 7-hour class on getting rid of the shame, the guilt, the this, the that, or, we're going to talk about that in a minute. If you decided to do that and you put it up on mastermind.com and you emailed and texted everybody that you know and said, I'm going to be vulnerable, and you went and followed what Rachel Miller is going to teach you in Module 5, I think it is, and you found Facebook groups where people were going through that trauma, shame, guilt, and you told everybody to push them to mastermind.com, and they paid $97 for your first one or whatever it's going to be. Can I ask you something? Do you think in 3 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, you could really help people going through pain? Could you really help them to look at it in a different way?
I know I could.
Okay.
I know that I could.
Okay, so let me ask you, and let me ask all of you. If you took the uncomfortable action and you get set up in mastermind.com and you get your headline and your thumbnail and you set a date and you tell everybody you know and you DM people and you use the strategies, just the organic strategies, I think it's Module 5. If you use those organic strategies, what if just one person showed up? What if just one person showed up that needed you today?
I would be able to help save that one person's life, perhaps.
Okay.
Because this is such a deep subject. I already made that commitment, Dean, this morning. I wrote it down in my book. I found the missing puzzle to where I was. I was so lost last night. I woke up at 5:30. I back. What am I missing here? How come I'm missing my momentum? And it was because I hadn't gone into mastermind.com yet. I hadn't started getting my course going in mastermind. That was the missing piece of
yeah,
my
and I'm so glad you did. And I want to encourage everybody right now, don't wait to get your mastermind account set up. We've got a whole bunch of people saying, I'm going to wait until I know more. No, get uncomfortable. Take the action today, because all the pieces won't seem like they're coming together, because you're like, well, how am I going to get it to people? Now that you go into mastermind, you realize, oh my God, in 30 days, I could be training on this platform. Take the uncomfortable action. Go to get your, give me the URL for that, Mike. But get your mastermind account. If you haven't already, get it set up, because when you have the epiphany, you want to go in and build it, right? So Rhonda, I'm so glad that we got you here. So think about this, though, for everybody. I want to go back down this path. Take the uncomfortable action to get set up on mastermind.com, right? Tanner walks you through it. So you watch the walkthrough video. You're not overwhelmed, right? You say, okay, July 6th, I'm going live for 2 days, 1 day, 2 hours, 5 hours for $47 or $297 or whatever it is you decide to charge. And I'm going to cover these 3 topics, right? And we'll get to those in a minute. If one person, I know I said this, if just one person showed up, would that fill your heart? Right. But here's the thing. I don't think it'll just be one. If you open your heart, if you follow the model in Module 5 of what Rachel Miller teaches and what Rachel Peterson teaches and what I teach, but just let me ask you, if one person paid, would that be enough social proof to realize I can do this? And would it fill your heart to know that you helped that one person? So, yeah, so that's the part I want you to focus on, because if you focus on, oh my God, I'm too open, or oh my God, I can't believe I shared this, or oh my God, did my hair look good in that video, and oh my God, I don't like the angle of that video, and oh my God, the background, there was people in the background. If you focus on all that, you're dead. Focus, hear me, focus on the people that need what you know right now, and you'll never be afraid again. It was some of the best knowledge I ever got from Tony when I went to Asia with him. We did Japan, and then we did China, and I was a nervous wreck following him. I had never been to Japan. There was 10,000 people in the audience, and literally right before I went on, Tony just said to me, he's like, stop focusing if you're going to do a good job. And I was focusing if I was going to do a good job in front of him. We had just started our friendship. This is a decade ago. He said, don't focus on me. Don't focus on the team. He's like, those people out there need you. Focus on them. And I just felt this wave of calm. Like, I was like, oh, that's right. I'm doing this for them, but the byproduct will be success for you. So today, again, how do you focus and narrow your niche? Make it about them. Listen, in most cases, who are we teaching? We're teaching us of 5 years ago, us of 20 years ago. That's who we're, could you have a conversation with you? What would you tell yourself, Rhonda, if you had to get your 20-year-old self to a one-day event? What would you tell your 20-year-old self? I'd love to hear that.
Not to take responsibility for the things that other people have done to me that I had no control of.
Okay. What else would you tell? What else would you tell your 20-year-old self?
I would tell myself to not wait, to do it now. You know, I'm 51. I could have done this years ago. I tell other people that their traumas in life, they should use them to serve people. I have said that for so many years, and I needed to hear you say it to me before it was like, oh yeah, I should be doing that. I should be taking my own advice.
Okay, so how valuable would how valuable is that information if you could have said that to your 20-year-old self?
Invaluable.
Right.
I would be.
And I hate to ask you a redundant question, but I just want to empower you that there are people just like your 20-year-old self. It took you to 45, 50 to figure this out. There's some people that would go 20 or 30 years without letting it go or shifting it unless you get in front of them, unless you're vulnerable, unless you're not perfect on camera, but you're who you're supposed to be, and you get them to your training. They could waste 10 or 20 years, Rhonda. Don't carry this as like, should I? I believe you are obligated now. And I want you all to think that. You are obligated to share. And so, not all of you. Ruth, I see you shaking your head up and down. Not all of it has to be so deep and heavy. Some of it, like Alan, was teaching you how to be better at art and sketch while you travel, right? But someone else has been wanting to do that for a decade, and they keep putting it off. You have the opportunity to give people these capabilities. And here's what I'd say. Narrow it down. Pick those 3 things, right? What are the 3 things that you would love to teach on if you were doing this one-day event?
3 things that I would want to teach is to remove your guilt, not take responsibility, learn how to strip down your shame.
Okay.
And to get off the hamster wheel.
Okay.
To jump off and to take a leap into doing what we need to do.
That should be your 3 topics. You're teaching that. How many hours do you want to teach?
I would love to teach. I would love to spend my whole life teaching.
No, but if you go live, if you're going to go live in 30, 40 days from now, how long do you want to teach? You want to do an hour on each topic? You want to do 2 hours on each topic?
And I guess an hour.
Yeah, don't overthink it. I'm just going with gut reaction here.
An hour on each topic.
Okay.
At least an hour. Yeah.
Okay. So, Rhonda, the 3 topics, an hour a topic. Who's loving these topics so far? Okay? Okay. And in between each topic, as we talk about the tool, Story Teach tool, give them an exercise between each topic. Use the tools that we gave you. You can use where are you you want to go, why do you want it, the clarity tool. You can use the 7 levels deep. Right? The 7 levels deep will break them wide open. Okay? You guys are seeing this? Not only do you get to do this, you just get to model what Tony and I have figured out. Right? So, okay, we're getting clarity. We know you're going to go live in about 30 or 45 days. Okay? You're going to talk about 3 topics. You're going to teach about an hour on each topic, then you're going to give them an action step in between each one. So picture it's probably a 5-hour training, right? Because you got an hour of each, then you're going to get them to train. Would you be okay if one person showed up?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the fear is gone. Okay, the fear is gone. You're going to have more than one, but if just one shows up, okay? So now the fear is gone. Do you feel you could really help women? And I would say you're probably going to go for women, and I would narrow the first one down, and I would consider doing just women the first time and then branch out. But let me just ask you, if women show up that have the past that is really haunting them, do you know in 5 hours that you could help them live a better life?
I know I can.
Okay.
No, I can't.
Guys, can we give it up for Rhonda? She has every ingredient that she needs. right? And if we had Alan here, Alan would say it's lighter, but he'd say, in 3 hours, I could teach anyone how to sketch better. Or I could teach anyone how to get through, I see Serene here. I could teach anyone to get through menopause easier. Or I could teach how to ski better, or golf better, or hike better. Can we all, when we narrow down what we're sharing, can we all share 3 things that could help people? Let me see it, raise a hand or in the chat, right? So if 45 days from now, you know the 3 topics, you'd be happy with one person showing up, right? What is going to be the name of this training? I know you've thought about it.
But I've been struggling with it.
Well, give me a name. Just something you've been struggling with.
Moving forward.
Nope, not.
In my head.
Yeah. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go through the section. There's a section on copywriting. There's a bonus, right? I want you to think through that. And I want you to obsess on the words of what would you have needed to hear at 20 to make you go, let me get off the hamster wheel and let me see what this woman Rhonda's got to say. What would you have said if you had one sentence to tell your 20-year-old self? Would you say, how would you like to move forward? Or would you love to say, stop suffering, right? Remember, we want to have a title that moves people away from pain and towards pleasure, right? So I would consider the stop suffering. Were you suffering in your 20s?
Yes.
Okay, are there women out there right now suffering because they don't know or didn't go through the transformation that you did? Okay,
Yes.
So you want people to stop suffering. Like, think of this, like stop suffering, crush guilt. What was the other thing what were the 3 topics?
I was just remembering what I wrote down. I don't have all of my notes with me, my resources with me. But I wrote.
Listen, hold on. Listen to this. What about? This is not your title, but what about? Is it true that you want people to stop suffering, crush guilt, eliminate shame, and get off the hamster wheel? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
I want them to learn how to take their rock bottoms and flip them upside down and stand on their mouth.
But here's the thing. Sometimes we get too detailed. You know what one of my favorite books in the whole world is? Dale Carnegie's book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Like, sometimes we get too fancy. What does his book promise it'll do? Stop worrying and start living. You just know what it is, right? It's like, what if you had the ability to just say, it's time to crush guilt, right? Trying to crush guilt, eliminate shame, and get off the hamster wheel. And a subtitle that is just your life. From someone, think of a subtitle where when people read your headline and your subtitle, they know, here's what you just got, like, don't overthink it, guys. What you want people to read when they're done is go, oh, wow, this is for a woman that went through a tough time, is dealing with trauma, and needs to get rid of it so she can live a fulfilled life. That's what you want it to say. And sometimes we get too fancy. It's like the moving forward. It's like, I don't know what that means. Like, just say it like it is. And if you can't say it in the title, say it in the subtitle, right? And the cool part is we train on this. It's in the course, guys. But let's just say, I'm taking more time with Rhonda, though. Can I ask, raise your hand if, even though I'm dealing with Rhonda, if this is helping you. Raise your hand or let me know in the chat if this is helping you, right? I would, okay, so now look at all the chats coming in, right? Or look at all the posts coming in. Okay. Let me just ask you something. Let me ask everybody in this group and all the groups. If Rhonda goes in and creates a course, and you'll have the replay of this because I don't even remember what I said originally, but the first one I said is simple. Play with that and just adjust it, right? And we're going to have a mastermind moment. Literally, I asked Tanner to film a quick video today that I'm going to play here in a little bit. I see it's up on how to create a thumbnail for mastermind.com in like 3 minutes or less. So I just asked him to do it. He was in there filming it. So hopefully it's good. If it's bad, we should definitely tell him it's bad. He's in the chat so we can make fun of him. But here's what I want you to do. You're in Mastermind. I want you to build a killer thumbnail. I want you to do a headline that's really like, think of Dale Carnegie, stop worrying and start living. It's like, stop, right? Stop suffering, eliminate guilt or crush guilt and eliminate shame, and get off the hamster wheel. Your 5-hour guide to being the woman you are meant to be. Right? Think about that. Let me just ask right now, what would you think you would charge for this?
I was just going through the value wheel, and I've done that in business for many years. So I think for the 5 hours, probably, I was thinking 99. I was already thinking
Okay,
about that.
let's just stick this. Okay, it could be more in the future, but I'm going to ask something right now. Okay? If Rhonda goes into Mastermind and does a headline that says, stop suffering, crush guilt, or eliminate guilt, crush shame, eliminate shame, crush guilt, and get off the hamster wheel, your 5-hour guide to being the woman you are meant to be. For $97, honest and truly right now, raise your hand and put it in the chat if you would join her in 45 days from now. Sold, 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 sold. Look at the solds coming in. And half this audience is men. And the other half of the women that are here don't have shame and guilt, right? What I'm showing everybody, let me just ask something lighter. Alan teaches you how to sketch. If you guys are into drawing, who's going to check out? Doesn't mean who's going to check out Alan's course on mastermind.com? Look at the hands going up. 10% of the hands. The biggest fear that we have is the thing that's actually holding us back from making the impact and the sales we want. This is what's screwing you guys over. It's already cost you too much. So when I started today talking about beliefs and thinking, the only reason Rhonda's not there and she's on her way, and I'm glad you had a breakthrough this morning, is because of her belief of doing it, not the actual steps to do it. You guys get that? Now, let me ask you something else. Whether it's light like sketching with Alan or heavier with Rhonda, would Rhonda be doing the world a massive disservice if she doesn't share what she learned? Watch the chat. Would Rhonda be doing a massive service to the world? You're actually letting people down by not doing it, Rhonda. Because there is a woman right now suffering that needs you. And there's millions, actually. Of course.
There was a 21-year-old in the chat who said she needed this right now. I just want to say, please look me up. I'll help you for free. Just contact me. Whoever that 21-year-old was in the chat.
And Rhonda, do you know how amazing it feels when you create something? That's amazing that you offered that. But how great is it when you get to replicate this and really help people? And just know that 21-year-old came on and said that. I can't wait for you to help her. But there's a lot of women out there that need you right now. And this is what I love about us having the ability to go live today. I didn't know I was going to meet Rhonda today. I didn't know that Talay was going to send me Alan. But I think we all needed to hear this today. Because the dudes on here right now, maybe they don't feel it, even though there's some of us that felt the same way. I had a lot of shame and guilt of stuff I went through as a kid, and stuff I went through that made me feel weird about myself, and I didn't know. And it took me a lot of personal growth to get through it, right? But just think about, if people need what Rhonda needs, people need what you have. Light, heavy, teaching your parrot how to talk or how to walk your dog better. Like, this is where the world has gone, right? This is where the world is going. Let me just ask you something. If you're experiencing what Rhonda went through, and some of this stuff it might sound redundant, but it's important. And I am not knocking a doctor in any way. I could never go through the schooling that a doctor takes. I don't have the IQ. I don't have the attention. I have ADHD. I would never be able to do it. So I am impressed beyond belief with a doctor. So please do not allow my words right now to take that away from you. But honest and truly, if you were experiencing what Rhonda went through, and let her know in the chat, would you rather go to a therapist who specialized in trauma but never actually went through it, or would you rather spend 5 hours with Rhonda? Put it in the chat. Honestly, doctor or Rhonda? I didn't prime this, Rhonda. There's not one person that says doctor yet. Right? Everybody, look at hundreds and hundreds of Rhondas. Doesn't matter what group you're in. guys, I just want to share something with you. Your subconscious is finding ways. Kate, I see you shaking your head, and a couple of you, I see you wiping your eyes, right? You guys have found ways to tell yourself that you don't deserve to do this, that you're not good enough to serve, that you're not good enough to share with other people. And I'm telling you, it's a horrible story that'll keep you stuck. And if I could do anything for this group, is give you what you really need. Some of you came here thinking, just give me my dot. Just tell me my dot, Dean, and I'll do it. But Rhonda knows her dot. She knows it in the core of her heart. She knows it. She just needs the nerve to get out there and share it with the world. Is that true?
Exactly. Yes.
So Rhonda, the big question is, when is your training going to be up on mastermind.com?
Within 30 days, maybe less.
Can we give it up for Rhonda?
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
What's that, Rhonda?
I said thank you to everybody, this family that I've found. I've been so inspired by going into all of the various Facebook groups and just keeping my momentum going. So thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Rhonda. Let's give it up for Rhonda one more time. So this is what I'm gonna give you guys for homework today. And this isn't, next week I'm gonna get more tactical. But I think, did today go exactly the way it was supposed to? You guys agree with me on that, right? Some of you are thinking, oh man, I just want to get faster. But without this, none of it works, right? So here's what I want you to think about as homework for your first or next course, right? Remember, you could go live. Rhonda is going to go live within 30 days. You're going to have a place where you can go find Rhonda and go book it for $97 and be able to spend 5 hours with Rhonda. She's going to do it live. Here's the cool part. In mastermind.com, she can record it. And guess what? If she knocks it out of the park, Rhonda, I hope you know this, if you knock it out of the park and you record it, that could be turned into your course, and then you don't go live anymore. It's your course that you sell for, maybe you sell it for $79 because it's recorded, or maybe it's still $97, right? Or maybe you watch it and go, oh, I love the first one. I love the third one, but I was a little weak on the second one. Guess what you do? That's when you should quit and say, I should have never done this. I'm a fool. I can't, no. That's when you go, oh, I'm going to watch it and see how I can make the second point a little better. And then you do it again. And then in a month from now, or 3 months from now, you watch it and go, wow, that was pretty good when I started, but I'm doing the whole thing over. I could be way better on the first one. I could give a better tool on the second one. And the third one, I should have done better homework. I'm doing the third one. And then maybe the fifth one, you go, wow, my background was kind of ugly. I'm gonna buy one of those circle lights off of Amazon, and I'm going to go live on my phone, but I'm going to put up a better background. Are you guys feeling me on this one? You guys are waiting for it all to be perfect. I see, stop waiting for it to be perfect and get your butt out there, right? Would Rhonda be screwing everybody over if she doesn't do it? Like, right now, would you be sad if Rhonda doesn't do this? I would be, but I'd be sad if all of you don't do it. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's not about being comfortable. It's about uncomfortable. It's not about convenience. It's about commitment. Convenience hasn't got you to where you are. It's convenient to eat pizza and watch Netflix every day. I love pizza. But it's not commitment to the life and the man I want to be. Rhonda can perfect this on the fly. So can you. You could film a course. You can go live and say, oh my God. And then at the end of the day, Rhonda already agreed. What if just one person paid her and she got to change that person's life? Would it be worth it? We all can agree yes. But as you do it, right, we get to learn what went well, what landed, what I got to improve, what I got to tweak. And that's how we become a year from now when you can jump on camera and it feels like nothing. I got this down. Sarah, I can see it's really landing with you, right? Like in a year from now, you go, oh, I got this. And then a year from now, 6 months from now, you go, wow, I'm going to do a next level course. I'm going to do an in-person training that's $3,000 or a weekend workshop for whatever it is, you'll get to learn that, but you don't get to step 2 without getting to step 1. And if you're already in the game, take what we said today, take what we shared today and go deeper on what you're sharing. Because whatever you're selling, you can sell twice as much. That means you get to impact twice as many lives. So here's what I suggest as homework. Number 1, if you had some of the questions like, which niche do I choose? let me just ask you something. Gotta be honest, Rhonda. Did she really have a confusion on which niche to choose? Or did we have to go upstream and give her the confidence to actually share the niche she already knew she was going to do? Right? Was I right? Like, could we have pulled any, Carolyn, I see you clapping. Like, could we have pulled a better person? And all of us feel that way. It's like, yeah, but I think if I narrow my niche down too much, no one will come. Bullshit. I'm sorry. You're in your head. You're just afraid to launch, right? You're just afraid to get in. That's okay. It's new. Don't beat yourself up. Like, anything new to me is scary. We just got to find the courage to keep moving forward. Or my niche won't work online. Frank Kern started by teaching parrots to talk. Come on. Like, every niche needs it, but you have to get out there. You have to do the work. So my homework is, when you feel some of these questions coming up, I want you to look upstream and see the thing that's actually holding you back and try to craft a new story. Try to craft a new story. Stop thinking, well, once I get my niche, I won't be able to sell it. Oh, that was a pretty cool way to sell it. But once I sell it, then I won't know how to deliver it. Oh, wow, Module 6 kind of teaches you how to deliver it. I'm going to bust if you go through the course, I'm going to kill all your excuses. I'm just being honest. If you don't want excuses, don't go through the course. Because by the time you're done, I promise I'm going to bust all those myths. You can have your dot, you can sell it, you can impact it, you can find the people that need it, you can provide it, you can launch it on mastermind.com. We really did build all the pieces that you need. So stay in the group. Find that belief. Don't let old stories stop you from a new life. Don't let old stories stop you from creating new stories of the man or the woman you're supposed to be. So I'd look for that upstream excuse. Also, and I'm going to share this with you because I know the majority of you, about 60% of you, have gotten set up on mastermind.com. I'm going to tell you, if you haven't, go do it. Like, burn the boats, go all in. Like Rhonda said, that was the missing piece. Because if you go, I'm going to wait till I go through this course to start that. No, you never will. Jump in there now. You got 90 days. If you can't get that done in 90 days, then you're not really serious about it. At least start it. Because you might not get the whole course done, but screw it. Go live. Right? Rhonda's going to go live. Is it going to be perfect? No. Cool. Is it going to be amazing? Hell yes. Right? So take the uncomfortable action. Remember, it's at mmfreetrial.com. If you forgot, capital M, or any M, freetrial.com. Go there. Use the same email address that you used when you signed up, and you will have your 90 days. And then what I would do this week, another homework assignment, is I would watch Tanner's video on how to get started. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have the whole thing done, guys. I just want to take away the fear of how you're going to get out to the world. We obsess to make this so simple. In fact, I forgot. In a moment here, I'll play Tanner's video. I almost forgot. I made him do it. He's like, I'm in the middle of 10 things. I'm like, just go film something. And we're going to call these, mastermind moments. And we'll probably play them throughout this 10 weeks or so that we're together. And I just want few moments at a time to see it so we can judge Tanner's video. I'm going to play it here, and then it'll be at the end of that. But I'll play that last before I say goodbye here. So homework. When you ask yourself those questions, make sure you went through the module that actually taught it, and then look for the belief or the story that's holding you back from actually doing it. Can we agree to do that? Can we agree that we will not give up on ourselves until you go through the entire course? Because those questions and those beliefs you have, those things you're scared of, I promise you will be answered, right? We got Jill, I see you shaking your head. We've had a lot of people on Module 2 saying, well, I don't know how to teach it because you didn't get to Module 6 yet, or Module 4, or Module 3, or you didn't learn from Rachel Miller or Rachel Peterson yet, right? So don't give up. It's like saying, I don't know how to skate, but you haven't put the skates on yet, right? So go through the course. Go check out mastermind.com. Even if you're not ready to go, you'll see, oh crap, when I'm ready, I can do this, right? And it's just, again, we just really obsessed on making it simple. And now let's do this. Mike, do you have Tanner's video? All right, let's play Tanner's video and let's judge him and make sure he did a good job. No, let's watch it. I'll wait here. I'll be back when he's done.
Hey everybody, Tanner here, and in this quick video, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a free thumbnail for your mastermind.com course, workshop, mastermind, whatever that is. So with that being said, let's dive into it real quick. The first thing you're going to want to do, if you haven't already set up your free trial to mastermind.com, you're going to want to go to mmfreetrial.com and set up your free trial. If you have set up your free trial, all you have to do to get started is go to mastermind.com, click the login button, and log in there. I know some of you haven't even started with the trial or the software. Some of you are just in the process of creating your first workshop, course, mastermind, etc. But this is just something fun I want to share with you guys on how to make a free thumbnail. So with that being said, this is what the thumbnail looks like. The size is 1440 by 1080. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a thumbnail of that size. To do it for free, I recommend using a website called Canva. In order to get an account set up, like I said, it's absolutely free. You can go to canva.com, come over here to sign up, click that, and just go through the sign up process. You can do Google, you can do Facebook, you can do email, whatever that is. When you're done signing up, we will go ahead and start with the next steps. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and log in, and then we'll keep going. Okay, now that I'm logged in, the first thing we're gonna do is come up here to create a design. We're gonna click that button, we're gonna do custom size, and we're gonna type in that size that I showed you guys here, 1440 by 1080 pixels, and we're gonna create a new design. Simple, right? Now it's really just about finding some free templates that can somewhat relate to our brand. For instance, if we wanted to do, let's just use this one as an example. Let's say our course was how to be the best, how to raise a kid without stress kind of thing. You could find this picture, you could label this, how to raise the kids of your dreams without yelling, shouting, grounding, or worrying about their future. Again, this is just an example that I just came up with in 2 seconds, but you can make it match your brand or whatever. Let's say you do something food related, you want to do something like that, or maybe you do something gym related or traveling related, or maybe it's just something for men. There's a ton of free templates you can use on this website, which is why it's great. So choose something that relates to your course, workshop, mastermind, or you can always design one from scratch. But this is just an easy way to do it for free. It's quick and easy, a lot of great designs, and then when you're done designing, all you have to do is come here to download, and then PNG suggested, download it. Downloading takes a few seconds, and as you can see, it is done, saved it down here. So I could go into my mastermind.com and I could add it to my mastermind workshop course and I'd be done. So really, that's how easy it is. That's how simple it is. I hope this helped even a little bit, guys, but once you have a cool thumbnail, it makes it real, right? So I hope that helped, and I'm sure we'll chat soon. See you guys.
Was that cool or what? Let's give it up for Tanner. Now that was super fast. You might not be there yet. It's okay. Like, don't see that and go, oh shit, I should have my thumbnail done. Like, that's what our subconscious wants to do. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to swear. Oh darn. Is that better? Oh darn. Let's like your body's like, oh darn, I should get my thumbnail. Maybe you're not ready for a thumbnail today. But what I want to do every week, we're going to have these little mastermind moments. I want to chip away at that fear, right? I want to chip away at that fear of like, yeah, but I wouldn't know how to get, maybe it costs a lot. I got to hire a designer to come up with those cool thumbnails. No, that's how Tanner got them done so quick, right? So we might went through it fast, but no, you can go back and watch this. And inside the course, Tanner teaches you the same thing, right? Just deeper and a little slower. So with that said, what'd you guys think of today? I think today is exactly what we needed. I'm going to finish with, seriously, I know I said this a lot, but if not this, what? If not now, when? If not you, who? And if not our team helping guide you through it, then what team, right? So I'm going to ask you to recommit for you. Because I said, who in here, if you gave up on this, who would be looking for something else in 6 months? Everyone said yes, right? Why look? You're here. So I'm so excited to have you guys here. I think, can we give it up for Rhonda and Alan for sharing? And I'd like you to really dig in to know the tactical side, and then we'll go upstream to get the emotional side. Here's the cool part. Originally, we were going to go live for 8 weeks. And if I was live for 8 weeks, I wouldn't be able to cover what we did today. But I think we had like 12 weeks we're going to be together. So if we have a day like today where it's needed, it's all right. We got extra 4 weeks. I can do math really fast. We got an extra 4 weeks to go through each piece. Again, please know, go at your own pace. Some of you are way beyond this. I get it. Thank you for being here. Some of you are barely starting. You feel like it's in the future. That's okay. Thanks for being here. This is about being a part of a culture of progress, being a part of community, being a part of support. Did you see the support today when Rhonda said she was going to have her course up? Damn, was that amazing. And you watch the tears in her eyes when everybody said me, right? Did you watch? So, another thing, go check out the directory on mastermind.com. The cool part is courses are selling right now, and we are behind the scenes working on a next level directory. Like, here's the cool part with being a part of mastermind.com is we are always working on improvement. We find what people need and we're changing. Our directory is evolving. The directory will look completely different in 90 days from now. But here's the cool part. It's working right now. And it's making sales right now, but it's going to continue to get better, and you guys are a part of it. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Watch this again if you need to. If you're watching the replay, hey, stay inside the Facebook group, and we'll see you next Wednesday. See you guys.